And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show, presented by Hiram Solomon Cigars, and coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to another fantastic show that we're so excited about.
Shows you what Ronnie was doing. He caught him off guard. Hey.
Well, you know, I was texting everybody, and if you're all looking at the text, I'm going to say, please hit the share button. I was writing that down anyway, but it's easier to just do it this way. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Again, we're excited. We have a wonderful friend and a guest coming on this evening. He's been around the industry for a while.
Oh yeah. Past guest too.
Yeah, a past guest, a sponsor, and a man who knows the industry well about, you know, the extra stuff that you need while you smoke a cigar or a pipe. You know, they have all the accessories. So welcome everybody.
You just want to start a campfire.
If you want to go that route, you know, start a campfire to sit out and have a cigar and a pipe around the campfire
and drink my whiskey.
And drink, absolutely.
Maybe I'll smoke my whiskey with one of his accessories.
You're pushing it.
Smoke the whiskey. There you go.
Well, everybody, welcome. Thank you very much. Hit the share button, and we got a bunch of newbies jumping on board. And yes. Miss Carol Gold has just jumped on. Hi, Carol.
She's checking in on her husband.
Yeah, well, she's going to keep it on. She's upstairs with the dog. He's in the basement. She's making sure he's not lighting that cigar.
Yeah, I know. That's what she's doing. She's going to make sure that cigar ain't lit.
She's got him covered well. Anyway, start the Earthling himself. Bruce is on. Hello, hello. Anyway, folks, for all you newbies out there, let's just introduce ourselves. I'm Ronnie Pecorini. This is my sidekick here, Kyle Jesso.
No sidekick.
Well, you're a sidekick tonight. I missed you. You know?
Sidekick shit. This show doesn't go on without me. If you're trying to run it yourself. Sidekick this. I got your sidekick right here. All right. Hey, I'm Kyle. Welcome to the show, everyone.
I was lonely last week. I was all by myself.
You got a wife for that.
Well, she's over there. You weren't over here. Anyway, down in Florida himself, my older retired brother, Bob.
How you doing, folks? Welcome back.
And the one and only, the Chooch Master, Cousin Frank.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
I like
Hey,
that. I like that.
is.
You know, every week I look to see how's he going to say his hello.
I keep everyone in suspense.
You do. I look forward to that.
And
we
it really
give you points now.
And it depends on how many Manhattans he's had in him.
That's
And
true.
we all know it started early tonight.
So you know what you should do?
Early.
You know, when you say hello, give a number, 10, 9. This way we know how many Manhattans he's drank, and we know what we're ready for, how many mistakes and Frankisms we'll hear. So that's all good. But, yeah, everybody's jumping on. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. We're just trying to get everybody going. Hit the share button.
I like Bruce. Bruce goes like this. I like Bruce. 2 feeds again. One for the Great Pipe and Cigar Show and one for Cousin Frank.
Yeah.
You know why? I throw that in there just in case anybody wants to. Bruce, I do have a few friends that might want to watch it over on my stream. What's wrong with that? Do you have a problem with that, Bruce?
I mean, we're trying to expand to everywhere. We're going global with this shit.
So, look at Bruce. He goes, I'm going to the other one.
Whatever the other one is. I don't know.
Which one's the other one?
That's Bruce talking. That's his Earthling talk.
Who's on first?
What's on second? I don't know. On third.
Back to third.
Well, anyway, as long as Bruce is on, that's all that matters because he keeps track of the sponsor time. So right now he took his pill, so we'll know exactly how long it's going to be to go for the second sponsorship.
Maybe I should take some pills.
Where's third? Oh, I don't know, Orlando. I don't know where third is anymore. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Or that's today. Who's on third? I don't know.
Back to first.
You know, first things first. I just got to say this. Before the show, me and Bob had a fantastic cigar. It was an El Baton. It was by J.C. Newman. And let me tell you, it was terrific.
I enjoyed it.
You know,
but I just put it out because Well, look how small this thing is.
I mean,
This
it's
point.
well, we don't want to know exactly how small it is.
Oh, easy.
Oh,
They got pills
too
for
much
that.
information.
How many rings does he have around the circumference?
It's like a tree. If we cut it,
Yeah, you count the rings, you got the age.
It's a stub, you know. It's just a stub.
oh, wood.
And we're off the rails. Say,
You're
you're
right
welcome,
off the
everybody.
bat.
It was an
Holy
excellent cigar.
God.
It really was. I enjoyed it.
cheers, everybody.
Cheers,
There
cheers.
you go. Here we
Thank you.
You
go.
know, Alan Gold is waiting patiently
Yes.
Yes.
in the wings.
Let's keep
No-
them waiting another few minutes.
Yeah, but you know what? I love the fact that nobody really knows what it took to get on the show.
Hey,
tonight.
what's the cigar?
Alan
sorry, buddy.
was
Did I
in
burn
a
you?
frenzy. We'll talk to him about that. But first, as Ronnie would say, what should we do, Frank?
It's
Sponsors.
sponsor time.
Bruce.
Hit the share button. Oh, we're not gonna. We'll wait for Bruce on the second one. 'cause
No,
that's
he's
like
already
Bruce-
there. He's already here.
Bruce is on
Yeah,
already.
Bruce is. I'm right here where I should be. The Great Cigar and Pipe Show.
There you go, Bruce. You let us know. Keep track of the sponsor time for 2 when you got to go. You know, let us know. We can.
And
Ring
We'll be
gauge
right-
does not
we'll
make
be
a
right
difference.
back,
We'll be
Let's
right
go,
back.
Larry.
Alan Gold from the Lotus Group
Yes.
live.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. You know, there's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet, no, I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature Firehouse cigar line. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
We're
back. Yes, indeed. Everybody, hit the share button. Let's have Alan Gold be known around the world.
I think he already is, Ron.
Yeah, his picture's at the post office.
At the post office.
Have you seen this guy?
We should bring him on. I think he wants to respond to that.
I think so.
Hey, it's working. All right.
Yeah, there he
Good.
is.
There he is, Mr. Alan Gold. Welcome and thank you so much.
Well, first and most important, thanks for telling me that my wife signed in upstairs. Because if I lit the cigar down in the basement, it'd be the shortest show in history. She'd come down and shoot me. You guys would get good ratings. But,
we would. I mean, we watch out for one another. I got your back,
But also thanks to my wife, because we did have some technical issues. I'm not exactly the most tech savvy guy, and we were having some trouble, but thank God my wife saved us and she was able to get us signed on. And I'm not touching any buttons or doing anything with the computer. Otherwise, I'll screw it up here. So, I'm happy to be back and looking forward to always fun watching the show. And now I get to be on the show. I think the last time I was on about a year and a half ago, I think.
Yes,
it's been a while. It has been a while indeed. And
they're watching all the way from Honduras.
Yeah, look at that. We got Joey Gulino.
From Honduras. Hello, guys. And he's looking, I think he's finally, I think he might be getting a little workout. I've seen him. He
lifted one bale, Frank. One bale.
Don't fool
just
you.
One leaf.
That's the most amount of work he's done in a decade. Okay, don't fool you.
It was funny. He had someone actually put a camera to show that he actually did something.
Yeah, well, you saw that camera only followed him once.
And then he put it down and he never went back to help again.
Then it was cut. Prince.
That's it.
It was all staged. It was all staged.
And actually, there was nothing in the crate. They just put like styrofoam in there, put the leaves on top to make it look like.
That's it.
So, Alan,
went right to bed now.
Yeah.
Now, Alan, thanks again. I appreciate you coming on. And like you said, it's been about a year and a half since actually being on the show. So we do have a lot of new viewers, a lot of retailers, and we're now over in 65 countries around the world. So let's let them all know your beginnings of the industry and how things are going. And it's your show now. We'll see you later.
Good night.
You guys said I've been around forever. I was actually, when I was making a few notes, I have been around a long time. I'm getting to be a real old fart here, but no, I first joined the cigar industry in 1991. I was in the giftware business. We had a family-owned business. We sold clocks under the Linden brand name. And back in 91, we were bought by a company by the name of Colibri. And I was with Colibri there for 20 years, and that was during the cigar boom of the 90s. And the 90s, for those of you who weren't around in the 90s, the cigar boom was nuts. I mean, I could have been a trained chimpanzee and made money in the 90s. New stores were opening up. I'd get home, and every night there'd be 20 messages with new stores opening up. It was absolutely crazy. I mean, we used to joke, anyone selling cigars, we used to call them the Don Nobodies. You walked into a cigar store, you didn't get an order. And it was really unbelievable. So I was with them for 20 years, and then they went out of business. They are back in business. They went out of business January 14th, 2009. Not that I remember the date, but I never lost a job before. And,
you're sure January 14th or was it 13th? I just want to make sure.
It was the 14th. I remember. I had a kid in college, and another kid getting ready for college, and I get a phone call that the company has ceased operations. It was you guys know me pretty well. I'm very rarely at a loss for words. Well, that day I was at a loss for words, but
so you sent them to community college instead, then, right? We told them community college, local.
No, University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana. That's my alma mater and their alma mater. But,
there you go. Nice job.
A way of working out. After I left them, I joined I joined Zycar for 7 years and I had a good run there. And then I left them in about 2016 and I joined Lotus Vertigo, and it's been a great run the last 6 years. And so I've been selling lighters and cutters for more than 30 years. But it's done well. I put both my kids through college and law school. They're both doing very, very well. And it's been fun. My customers, I love talking to my customers. And my customers are my friends. So it's been fun. And it's been a good ride. I'm still going strong. I'm not looking to retire. And things are going well.
I thought you were going to announce your retirement because you had this 7-year run. Like you're with this company 7 years and this company 7 years. Now you're coming up on 7 years here. It's like, all right, I've done my 7 years. I'm out.
No, you can't get rid of me. I like what I do. I love what I do. So,
hey, I know how that can happen. Would you light a cigar up for me?
Yeah.
That's called early retirement.
Very quick and early retirement.
That's called an early
Alec,
grave.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
How did you get started in the business back in, that's 30 years ago? What kind of led you down that path?
Well, no, again, I was in the giftware business, And back in the late 80s and early 90s, the lighter business, the smoking business was going downhill. Mm-hmm. So at the time, Colibri was looking for other companies to buy. They focused on a lot of jewelry business, and we were selling clocks to jewelry stores. So it was a nice fit. They bought us in 91, and then 2 years later, Cigar Aficionado came out, and the cigar industry was starting to come about a little bit, but Cigar Aficionado put rocket engines on that and on the industry, and all of a sudden it was popular to smoke cigars. Mm-hmm. You know, in the old days, people were frowning on people smoking, but once Cigar Aficionado came out, cigar stores opened up left and right, and it was fun. I mean, in the 90s, you know, as a sales rep, I've been a sales rep my whole life. It's not often you get caught in a fad where you walk in the door and you're welcomed with open arms. And it was fun. And like I said, I've had the luxury of working, you know, for the three, what I think the best accessory companies, again, Colibri in the 90s, Zycar in the early 2000s. And right now, I think Lotus Vertigo, we offer a tremendous amount of product, both in the higher end, the lower end. And we got a great team. We're based in Florida. I'm based in the Chicago area here. And it's fun. I really love the people I work with, and we make a good product. The product sells. And if you go into just about every cigar store in the Midwest, hopefully they all carry our product, because that's how I make my living.
That's right.
You hear that, retailers? If you don't have him in your store, make sure you reach out to Alan Gold. He'll take care of you.
Now, Alan, how would you compare to what the 90s boom was going on to the current boom we have going on, like that kind of like got kickstarted with the whole COVID, because more and more people started smoking at home, and it seems to be blossoming into its own little boom now going forward.
Well, that's a really good question on your part. I don't know if we'll ever see anything that happened in the 90s where it was a boom. I mean, if you weren't around for the cigar boom in the 90s, it's just hard to describe how active it was. I mean, cigar companies, accessory, no one could ship. Because if you think you're going to sell 10,000 pieces of a lighter in a year, and then you get orders for 20,000 pieces, you just can't snap your finger and make a lighter overnight. You just can't make a cigar overnight. So every cigar company was in back order status almost the whole time. So I don't know if we're ever going to relive anything like we had in the 90s. But again, you asked a good question. Like when COVID hit, for the first several months, it hurt everybody. But then all of a sudden, people did start smoking at home. And all of a sudden, I'll give you one category. Ashtrays was always an okay category for accessory companies. But when COVID hit and people were smoking at home, all of a sudden our ashtray sales went through the roof.
Boom.
We couldn't keep them in stock because people were spending time with their man cave, and they were buying table lighters, ashtrays. So it was actually a fun time. But I don't know if we're ever going to relive what happened in the 90s. But business is still strong. I mean, most of the cigar reps I run into, everyone's still enjoying a healthy business. People still like to smoke cigars. It's a relaxing endeavor. And cigar stores to me are sort of like, remember the old TV show Cheers?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Everybody knows your name.
Bingo. No, that's exactly right. And you go to a cigar store, you go there, you feel good. You can work on your computer. You can talk with your friends. You can watch the ball games on TV. People go to cigar stores to relax. And actually, look, I have one of the accounts in my territory, the owner, I'm not making this up, he's an oral surgeon.
Oh,
and he owns a cigar store. And he said, look, you don't want to smoke 20 cigars a day, but smoking a cigar is relaxing. Right. And it's actually good for you. We all need to relax. We're all stressed out in life. And I think smoking a cigar it's a healthy social endeavor. And I don't smoke a cigar every day, and I'm certainly not smoking right now. Otherwise, as I said, I'd be dead.
Well, it's relaxing to go and smoke at a cigar in a cigar lounge, unless somebody's sitting in your chair. That's
you have to have your own special chair. No question about it.
We have a good question from a member of the audience. Orlando Perez says, I have a Colibri lighter that I bought in the 90s or so. It's messed up now, and I don't know if they still have a lifetime warranty.
You would have to contact them. I always tell people, lighters, it's a mechanical item. Right. And I don't know if any company, whether it be us, I don't think any lighter is going to last forever. But, they're like toys. People like to buy different pieces. They come in different price points. You can buy our best-selling lighters like in the $10 to $15 range. Yet we do have some lighters that retail for over $100. So you'd have to contact whatever brand you have, just contact the company and see if they can fix it up. Do some of the minor things, bleed the lighter out, put in fresh butane, make sure the adjustment is proper, and see if that might get it to work. Sometimes there's just easy fixes to lighters. But it's a mechanical item. Lighters can sometimes be a pain in the butt. I don't care what brand you carry.
Right.
Well, I think we're missing the boat here. I mean, he's got a Calibre. I think he just needs to go and buy the Lotus Vertigo lighter, and then he's set. He doesn't have to worry about it.
There you go.
Well, Kyle, I've always said you were the smartest guy in the show.
Look at the size of his head now.
I'm done, everybody. I'm out.
Wow. We just got dissed in a big way.
Wow.
I'm supposed to be the sales rep. Kyle, that was very good. I should have answered it. You're quicker than I tonight.
Oh, now he wants a commission. Now he wants commission. Don't worry about it.
It's all right. He's gonna be retiring soon. I'll just take over.
I'm still stressed out from getting signed on. Pete, for the audience at 7:18. Ronnie comes up with the great line to my wife. Don't worry, you got 12 minutes.
I thought that was
much hair. I got more hair than Ronnie, but I was pulling my hair out.
But yeah, going back to the 90s, I mean, Kyle's just a little, he was still in diapers. But Frank, Bob, and myself, we were at the Javits Center in the 90s, and literally, we came home with shopping bags and two big bags in both hands, coming home with cigars and items. It was something that we didn't see in the last boom, but it was absolutely madness how aficionado had just turned the industry around. And it was crazy. I mean, we still talk about it, Bob, Frank, and when we come up.
It was truly an experience. I mean, and it's too bad because a lot of the younger folks weren't able to have that type of gigantic. I mean, there are some big events. I get it, but that was like
that was probably bigger than the PCA event.
Yeah, that's how big it was.
Really?
The big
was that 92, 93? When was that?
93.
Yeah.
And when they did have the big smoke, Cigar Aficionado, they would usually have it would be 2 sessions, like from 7:30 to 9:30, and then 10 to midnight. The shows would sell out in an hour. I mean, it was unbelievable. And like I said, I give Cigar Aficionado all the credit in the world. The cigar boom was starting to come back a little bit, but I always say that they put rocket engines on that fad. And again, all of a sudden it was popular to smoke. You had Arnold Schwarzenegger on the cover, and Bill Cosby, when people still like Bill Cosby, he was on the cover. And
just hide your drink.
And it was fun.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I had the whole cast of The Sopranos smoking on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be on that cover.
Yeah.
That's how big, and it just created complete madness in the industry. And then again, we had the roller coaster ride. It went down, and now it jumped back up. And really, I would say the big boom again is because of boutique cigars. Everybody got in the industry. A lot of these small guys came on. They did the research. They did the science. They really put the big guys at, okay, watch out. These guys are coming after us, because they now brought the tobacco world into science and study and the growth and how to proper set it all up and everything. I mean, now they're fantastic smokes all the way around for the most part.
Well, and not only with the boutique cigars and even with the Lotus Vertigo company, they're piggybacking on this, because now they're doing personalized lighters for all these cigar companies, and giving them to them for, their, grab bag giveaways.
The accessory part of the cigar and
so
pipe tobacco
when
world
you smoke a
is
cigar,
unbelievable.
you can have the lighter that matches your cigar band.
And also, you mentioned the BCA again. People like to try. Some people like to smoke the same cigar over and over, but a lot of people like to try different cigars. And you had Dr. Kafie on, I believe, last week, and he's basically created the BCA. Him and all his team members have done a fantastic job. And again, you go to a cigar store, and again, some people will smoke the same cigar. Like I smoke a lot of Ashton cigars. I like that's your thing. Shade. I like a more mild cigar. And but lately, when I go into the cigar store, if I'm on the way home, I'll stop at the local cigar store and I'll try something different. Still usually a Connecticut shade, because that's what I like. But it's fun to try different cigars, and that's part of the fun of smoking a cigar. It's no different than going to different restaurants and trying a new restaurant to try to have a new dining experience. You try a different cigar, it gives you a new smoking experience. If you like it, you can try it again. If you don't like it, you try a different cigar the next time. You're at your local tobacconist.
Yeah. And speaking of BCA, Dr. Oscar Rodriguez is on. For those who know, smoke
GTO. Which is another
he's
fabulous
watching. He's
line.
always enjoying the show.
Absolutely.
And he says he loves loves surgeons.
Yeah, so we're talking about
surgeon.
Yeah.
And he said he was going when we were doing our little pre-show light up, me and Bob. He said he was going to be in the operating room watching us tonight.
I hope he's smoking the right stick. You don't know what he might put in.
Yeah, be careful where you ash.
Exactly. But with the COVID that happened, as bad as it was, the industry had another boom. Like you said, people at home were smoking in their offices, smoking in the backyard, smoking everywhere around. And the accessories, you guys must have went through the roof with trying to keep up with inventory, because most of the cigar lounges were closed or very limited. And where people get their lighters, their cutters, their ashtrays, and all the other accessories that you have. You guys have a tremendous line of stuff. Yeah. And I don't know, Frank, if you want to show a few of the things one by one.
Tell us a little bit
about these items that he pops up there.
Yeah, I love the fact that I thought this was cool.
Yeah, we'll just show you a couple of the products that we have in our line. This is called the Road Trip Ashtray. It's an ashtray it used to be sold by another company. Now it's being sold by us. The gentleman that had the patent on it pulled it from one of our competitors, and we're now selling the exact same item. And it fits in the cup holder of your car, or it fits in a golf cart. Or we actually bought some lawn chairs last year for the patio, and one of the arms has a little spot for a cup.
Right.
It's just a great way to keep a cigar in your car. And then if it's in your car, you can put the top back on when you're done, so it doesn't smell up the car. It sort of keeps the odor in there and keeps the ashes from falling.
That is cool, especially since cars don't have ashtrays anymore.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
A little tease: we are going to be giving away about 3 or 4 of these in the trivia portion of the show at the end. So we did. We sent some extra pieces in, so some of your audience will be able to win some of these tonight.
Nice.
Oh, look at that
thing. There you go. So those who are listening, do us a favor, hit your share button so others can get a chance at winning some free
probably
prizes.
say we don't want anybody else.
I'm beginning to think that some of these guys are not hitting the share because they really want to just win the prize themselves.
Bruce isn't. Bruce is.
Forget about it.
He's got Alexa going, Google going.
He's got all
Siri
the girls
going.
next to him for the right answers. Don't worry about it.
And another great item that you have is this, which I thought was really very cool.
Well, this again, and if you were talking about COVID and the ashtrays, this is it's small. It's just like the picture. It's a single stick ashtray. It's only about 3 or 4 inches across. And if you're on your patio and you're smoking by yourself, again, during COVID, a lot of people were smoking by themselves. It takes up very little space. The cigar fits perfectly. There's a little ledge there for the cigar. And something like this. We sold a ton of these at Chris. It was a good stocking stuffer. It was like $10 to $15 retail. So it was just a great little item. And it's better than putting this cigar out on the patio. Again, my wife would kill me if I did that too. So
Carol will let you slide. You're making money. Don't worry about it. Keep her happy.
I got a great wife, but again, she doesn't like when I smoke in the house or when I put the ashes out on the patio.
We'll make her an offer she can't refuse. Don't worry about it. Carol, you listening though? Hey, on those ashtrays though, I also noticed you did a special printout for one of our friends, Alan Carson, over at Strike the Box, and you put his label in the bottom of it. So you kind of personalized it to his lounge.
That's correct. It's a good.
What can others do if they can do something personalized with those?
Well, again, it's a good point on your part. Again, a lot of cigar companies, we do what we call private label. In other words, we put someone's logo, whether it be a cigar company. And again, I'll give you an example. You mentioned the lighters. For instance, this is a lighter. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I'll hold it up. This is for an account in Cleveland called Cousin Cigar. We made a lighter for them, and that's the owner, Danny. That's his mug on there. And we also do it for cigar companies. This is a piece we made for PDR.
Oh,
beautiful. That's nice.
It's a single flame lighter. And again, we can put their name on just about anything. And what we did for Strike the Box in Rockford, which is a new store, a very pretty store out there, west of Chicago, we put their logo. It's actually imprinted on the bottom. So when you look through, you see it. Nice. And it's kind of a neat way to help promote your store. And
Now,
Absolutely.
now, is there minimums that the stores or brands have to do to be able to get that special treatment? Or
now that's a good question on your part. Again, most companies will have some sort of minimum. On this ashtray, for instance, it's 48 pieces. So again, but 48 pieces for a retailer, that's not too many. I mean, I would hope to think you could sell, 48 of an inexpensive ashtray over the course of several months or even over the course of a year. And again, same thing with the little ashtray can. Again, same thing. It's the minimum orders 48 pieces. And it's been very successful for us. It's a good way to promote it, and we've expanded that business tremendously. It's a big part of our business right now.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great for a wedding for the bachelors to give a whole bunch to the guys for a little wedding gift,
Well, if you've got 48 groomsmen, there's something wrong with your wedding.
Well, you got 48 guys coming that smoke. You never know,
You can also go to a cigar store. Let's say you want to buy like the Lotus lighter. You buy 6 pieces, then you just go to a local jeweler and have them engraved. Let's say your groomsman's initials on there, and that's a good way to do it. So you don't have to, because obviously you're correct. You're not going to have a wedding with 48 groomsmen in there. But
Kyle's planning for one of those.
Whoa, I am. When did I get a girl? That's.
Oh, just saying. But that's a great marketing thing, though. The ashtray. Can you also put some kind of print on that also?
Well, absolutely. Again, on the lid. We can silk screen or engrave the lid. I don't have a sample here with me showing that, but it's been very successful. Again, some stores love to put their name on things, and like I said, it's a good way to promote. And like I said, these have been perfect items because people, when you're giving a gift away, you want to give something that people are going to use and not just throw in a drawer.
Correct.
So if you give them an ashtray, they're going to use it, or you can give them a travel case. We also sell the travel cases where we can put a store's name. We can put there's a sticker that we sell, and it goes right on the front. In fact, I'm not sure if I have the sticker in there. Oh no, I don't have it. I took it out. But there's a sticker. We can put the store's logo on there, so it looks really neat.
Perfect.
Very nice. Yes, absolutely.
We can be very, very creative. We got a good team at our office in Florida. Our graphics guy is the best, and it's fun. It really adds to our bottom line as a company. It's good stuff.
Now, when you do when you do licensing on some of your what I'll call bigger promotional licensed items like the Margaritaville and also Landshark, how does that work? I was always wondering, well, how does that work? I'm sure there's a cost for licensing.
Oh no! Again, anyone that has a license, whether it be if you have a lighter with an NFL logo on it, the NFL's getting their cut. But like the Margaritaville, this is the Landshark.
That's a great one. That is really a great one.
It looks like a bottle of beer. It's got the Landshark logo on the top. And again, we signed a deal with Jimmy Buffett. His licensing. Jimmy Buffett he's a billionaire. He's been so successful marketing his brand. You can buy liquor with the Margaritaville brand. You can buy food, cookware, patio
houses.
You live in Margaritaville like Frank.
I moved to Margaritaville, so I understand
marketing of Jimmy Buffett.
We just came out with 2 new pieces. Again, this has got. I don't know how good you can see it. It's a lower price lighter. It has the Margaritaville.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
Kind of neat.
That's cool.
And then
I like that.
Oh, yeah, you got to get that one.
Those are really cool.
And this is and this comes like in a little display.
Oh,
there, 1,
nice.
2, 3, 4, 5 different ones.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And there's also a matching cutter. How about that?
Oh, there you go.
I might have to.
Frank is going to put an order in. I can feel it right now. Frank,
and sell it to the guys here we have a club here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cigar club.
That's really cool.
Here at Margaritaville. So I think that's definitely something that I should bring in here and
you get the friendship,
the friendship,
the friendly,
the friends
price.
and family,
friends and family price, and you just tack on 10%. Don't worry about it.
The friends and family price, he charges you double.
But when it comes to licensing is always tough because you never know what license is going to do well. You see toy companies will do something with a movie, and then if the movie flops, the product's usually going to flop. But we've been successful. The Margaritaville, the people that like Jimmy Buffett, they're called parrot heads.
Yeah,
right.
We have ashtrays. This has been by far and away the best seller. The piece that looks like a little beer bottle.
Yes,
Yes. And it's got, everyone knows the Landshark, and that's just Jimmy Buffett. But
hey,
anytime you see a licensed product, regardless whether it's a smoking accessory, if there's a licensed brand, that company. Oh, nice, good job.
That's right. I got one.
Yep.
Good job, Bob. But
Bob,
if there's a
that's
license,
I know we look alike. But I'm younger.
I don't have my glasses on. Now I can see. Thank you.
I'm Kyle. This is Ron.
If there's a licensed product, whoever the license holder is, they are getting a fee. They get there's probably usually an upfront fee, and then there's a percentage of sales. It varies from company to company, and I don't know the particulars of what we pay for that license. But again, that's whatever it is, it's worth it because again, it's a known brand and it helps our sales.
I tell you, I still have it's 5 o'clock somewhere ashtray in my house. It's my most used ashtray I have.
I bet it is.
That's this ashtray right here.
Yes.
We have that too.
The Land Shark.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a great ashtray.
It looks like a bottle cap.
It's got the Land Shark. Boy, I don't know which way to turn it here to make it look right.
There you go. There you go. Yep. No, it works.
Yeah.
It looks like a giant bottle cap. That's what it's supposed to look like.
That's exactly right. And it fits perfectly for each cigar that lays in there.
There you go. See?
There you go.
It's fun stuff. I mean, like I said, part of smoking a cigar is fun. I mean, you want to have your man cave, and look at lots of guys have numerous lighters. You buy something that and again, I don't know if you have that next slide up. We came out with 2 lighters in the Lotus line.
Yep,
what a nice segue.
Let's go to our perfect, Alan. Thank you.
Yeah, that was good. Well, I'll do that one first. That's the Cyclone. That's actually our #1 selling lighter, and it's inexpensive. Retails for $10 to $15. The reason I like it, again, you see with my eyeglasses, you can see the butane real easily.
Yeah.
Whether you need more butane, and more importantly, if you're running out to the golf course, do you really want to carry a $150 lighter with you? You're liable to lose it.
You're right.
If you lose this, honest to God, if you lose it, do you really care? Honestly,
no.
Well, I know one thing, Bob. When we were at the PCA, 3 years ago with you?
Yeah.
And coming home,
pissed off about it.
I was with Bob when he lost his lighter.
And Carol, your manager or owner or whoever she was there, gave us a few. And of course, Bob, his packing wasn't proper at the airport.
It was proper. It was in his pocket.
And of course, they confiscated it on me.
And you know where that lighter went? It went right into the TSA's
somebody's pocket.
I wanted to take it and put it in his pocket.
Just for your listeners, you really are not supposed to carry a torch lighter on the plane. Now they let you bring a soft flame on. I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, you can carry your Bic.
Yeah,
right, a Bic. But again, my suggestion: if you're traveling, either pack them in your. You're not even supposed to pack it in your check luggage, but if you do, put it in your toiletry kit. But again, I might just get to where you're going and buy an inexpensive lighter. Go to where you're going and buy the Cyclone lighter for $10 to $15, and it'll serve you well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Orlando Perez, tonight will be a Cyclone lighter, not the margarita one. I'm sorry. He was asking. I just checked all 3, and they're all 3 Cyclones. So sorry
I said
about
Cyclones
that.
this time too. So
yep, there you go. There you go. It's a nice cigar. Trust me on that one, Orlando.
It's a nice
cigar. If you win,
it's a nice lighter. Ron, it's not a cigar.
It's a lighter.
It's a lighter.
And then we're also, we're using this right now too.
Hold on.
That's the tabletop lighter with the Margaritaville logo on it. And again, it's pretty stuff. And we sell that same lighter in our regular line.
And on the bottom
logo too.
There's your little punch on the bottom.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very
versatile.
Nice. Yeah.
This is a 4-burner.
Yeah. Now we got a lot of good stuff. I mean, like I said, again, I'm biased. I work for Lotus Vertigo, but our product sells. It's reliable. We're a good company. Good salesman too.
There you go.
And if it stops working, I know somebody. So
well, Orlando, to that, now that you said it to everybody who can read, you can secretly send me one. Well, now that everybody can read that, I don't know if I can secretly do that. You kind of gave it away.
We don't pay favorites around here.
You got to earn the right, the questions are, this day in history. So check it out. You never know. Alan, what, maybe before we go into the next question, I don't know if Bruce Ertling might have to take.
Bruce
is
pretty quiet.
Bruce, do we need to take a break, Bruce? You didn't tell us. Are you good? Oh, he just said something.
He's got a question.
Oh, he has a question before he goes. Go ahead.
Can you go to the bathroom? Yes, you may.
Can you buy direct, or do you have to buy through the retailer?
Well, that's a good question. Right now, again, Lotus, we do not sell direct through our website to the consumer. We don't want to be competition to our authorized dealers. So again, we say you should support your local retailer. You want to have a place to go smoke your cigar, go buy from your local retailer. And that's the best place to buy our product.
Yeah. You know what? Ed Ryan, I just read that, Frank. I know what a great idea. He goes, if a cyclone is in your toiletry bag, it looks a lot like a little bottle of cologne or mouthwash. Ooh, I mean, hey, that's a good way of doing it.
But their X-ray scanner machine or deer little whatever it is, it still picks that shit up.
Well, we don't want to advocate doing anything that's against the TSA rules.
We don't want to do that.
My suggestion again is just, when you get to where you're going, buy an inexpensive lighter.
Yes,
that should take care of it for you. You don't want to do anything that's going to get you in trouble at the airport. And if they find a lighter in your luggage, they're not going to arrest you, but they will take it away from you. You are not supposed to bring a torch.
No, you can't do that.
And,
they definitely will.
And that's good. I like a question that came in from Joshua. He goes, how do we win tonight? I was having connection issues earlier. Well, at the end of the show, we have a segment called Stump the Chooch. Smoke the Chooch. I call it Stump the Chooch.
What are you doing here?
Smoke the Chooch.
We sound like a bunch of idiots, so we can't even be on the same page here.
Yes.
What page is that? 69?
I don't know what page you're on.
Well, yes. So there we go. We got the question, and oh my God, it's pill time for Bruce. So Frank, Bruce is already giving us a hint. It's that time. So for the rest of you, it's your time too. Alan, hold on. We're going to go to our sponsors.
We'll be right back.
Take it away.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind.
You got the one-of-a-kind rankings. They got me at 89. I'm cool with that.
We are focused on evolving as a dynamic brand and bringing you new flavor-filled blends that you'll enjoy and want to share. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes. We grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewv.com.
A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark, 141 years ago, 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Eric, Peter Stokkeby. Fourth Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of fourth generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US and many European countries. Check out fourthgenpipetobacco.com.
And we're back.
Welcome back. We have Mr. Alan Gold here as our special guest. Hit the share button, folks. Let's get Alan worldwide recognition.
Hey, Alan is the light of our show right now. See what I did there?
Look at that.
Wow, you're pretty good tonight.
Wait a minute. It's a light of our show. I think he's the one who fired up our conversation.
Oh, man.
I had to one up you.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, these are going to be coming all night, folks. We'll be here all night.
On the lighter side.
He got both of you.
Or one cut above.
Hey, Alan, can we ask you a question?
And I get no respect myself. I don't know. Anyway, so what is new with what do you guys plan on coming out? Is there anything you can tell us before the PCA? Because I know a lot of stuff comes out, or you basically got the whole new line out.
Well, no, we always have new product coming out. Again, we're going to have some new product for the TPE show. That's a show that's coming up. And I think that's like about 2-3 weeks away.
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then the PCA will be in July in Las Vegas. The TPE is also in Las Vegas. And we always introduce several new products at that show. Right now, we have a couple new lighters. We just came out with actually, if you want to show, well, one of them was new last year, and the other one was new about a little bit longer than that. That was the lighter. I don't know, do you have the screen with that GT lighter?
There it is.
There you go.
It's kind of a neat little lighter. And that if you look on the sides there, the cutters look like wheels. The adjuster at the bottom looks like a car tire. The front of the lighter looks like a bumper, and it's called the GT lighter. It looks like a little sports car.
And then
it
right there.
retails for about $50. Then if you go to the next slide, we just came out. This is a relatively new piece. It's called the Mariner. It's a similar theme piece, but it looks like a boat. And again,
nice. Yeah, look at that.
It's hard to tell in the picture, but if you look at the cut, there's two cutters on the bottom of the lighter, and they look like an outboard motor. And then on the bottom, you won't be able to see up here, but on the very bottom, there's a propeller.
Nice.
A picture of a propeller. I don't think
we see that.
Very cool. Yeah,
that's
excellent.
Cool. That's really cool.
It's kind of fun stuff. And both these lighters retail for about $50. The GT comes in 5 colors. The Mariner comes in 4 colors. And it's just fun stuff. And then one other lighter that was new last year that just did phenomenally well for us. It's called the Saber.
Mm-hmm.
It's a light. This is in the Vertigo brand.
Very nice.
And this has a built-in V cut.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
I like that one a lot.
That's really cool.
Nice. Very slick. I like that.
Yeah, that's classy looking,
It's
man.
sexy.
Very classy.
Sexy, right?
Where's the fuel in that? I'm looking at that. I'm saying, where are they?
The tank goes around. That's actually a good question on your part. The tank sort of goes around there. And the tank maybe not quite as big as some of the other, but it still has an adequate sized tank on there.
Right.
And then sometimes people ask the difference between Lotus and Vertigo. It's just a price point. Lotus is $30 to $100 retail. The Vertigo is about $10 to $29.95 retail. And,
Alan, what's the retail on that one that you just
the
showed?
Saber, that's $29.95.
That's
That's reasonable. Very reasonable.
Oh, that's an awesome lighter.
I like
very
that.
nice.
So we have a similar piece in the Lotus line called the Duke V, which is a little bit fancier. That retails for $69.95. But this is also, again, if you can see, it's a double flame.
Oh, nice.
It just fits nicely in the hand. It's been a fantastic seller for us. And like I said, people, a lot of times I'll go to a cigar store and someone say, "Oh, I've got 10 lighters at home." People, it's boy toys. And, you see a different lighter, you just like the shape of it, the price, the color. So hopefully, and that's good for us. We want people to buy more than just one lighter.
Well, here it is. Women got their purses. Cigar people have our lighters. I mean, we got to have accessorize. We got to have a different lighter for different occasions. So,
Kyle, that's another good one. I'm going to steal that line.
Only 10% commission. 10% commission.
The head is getting bigger.
Well, and probably also with men, like a lot of men, like a couple of one of our sales reps on the East Coast, he's really big into wristwatches, and he must have 20 different wrist watches, all different price points. He's got some that are a couple hundred, he's got some that are a couple thousand. And by the way, the lighters, it's the same thing. You can buy the Cyclone lighter. Like I said, you can buy that for $10 to $15. You can go out and buy a lighter from DuPont or LA Blue that retails for $1,000.
Right.
Yeah. It's like buying a Rolex watch or a Timex watch. You can buy different price points. Same thing with cigars. You can go to your cigar store tomorrow and buy a Padron for 25 or 30 bucks. You can buy another cigar for 10 bucks. I'm usually a $10 cigar smoker. That's a price point I'm comfortable with. But everyone's got a different pocketbook, and whatever keeps everyone happy. It's a different stroke, different folks. And
what's the name of that classy one that we kind of bragged about?
Saber.
The Saber.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Saber. Yeah.
It's called the Saber. It's by Lotus Vertigo. Lotus and Vertigo. It's the same company. Lotus Vertigo, Margaritaville. It's all under the same umbrella. And
that one's pretty much readily available.
This has been out for the past year. Fantastic seller. We've had a good track record. We get lots of. That's how we know an item's selling. By the way, it's one thing to sell it into the store. Now we want to wait and see if we get reorders. Because if we get reorders, that tells us the product's selling. And this has been a fantastic reorder item.
That's classy, man.
Do you have different finishes?
Yeah, it comes in four. It comes in 4 finishes. It comes in the brown. This brown copper fiber has really been a beautiful seller, but it comes in black, chrome, and gunmetal as well. It comes in 4 different flavors.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, that's sleek. Like in the words of Kyle, it's sexy.
It is.
I mean,
if you don't like the V cut, we've got the same coloration in a. This is a lighter line called the Jaws.
You can pair them together.
Yeah, so that way it's like I said, some people like a V cut, some people
that's a great combination.
We're gonna hold it here.
Yeah.
You can also have a punch cut. And then don't forget, people often ask, "What's the best cut?" Personal preference. It's like ordering a steak. Some people like it medium rare. Some people like it medium. Some people like it medium well.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong. It's whatever wets your whistle.
Yep.
Right.
No.
Right.
I like that one though.
For me, I'm usually a punch guy because a lot of the Lotus Vertigos have the punch already built in, so it's quick and easy. I don't have to.
I like a straight cut. No, I do.
Less accessories in my pocket.
This is true. This is true.
And by the way, Kyle, don't forget, you mentioned the women in their purses. Don't forget, a lot of women smoke cigars too.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
A lot. And that's
more to come.
Probably one of the largest growing sectors of the cigar industry is selling cigars to women. Women are much bigger smokers than they were in the 90s for sure. That's a trend that has been definitely helping the industry as a whole.
I just got an idea. And you can have this one for free, Alan. What if you made a lighter that looked like a little lipstick for the women? You put it in the purse. Now it looks like they have a little lipstick. You pop it open.
Look at Kyle coming up with all this.
Wow, there's a reason he's my sidekick. I get 10% of his 10%.
No, I think he ate something that like Genesis. He's got this genesis of ideas.
It's called mushrooms.
Mushrooms. All right.
There have been lighters for women. Many years ago, another company I worked for, we came out with a lighter that had like little jewels around the top of it. It was actually a very pretty lighter. It didn't sell as well as we had hoped. But then also one year we came out with this with a different company, a pink cutter. To try to get some women to like that. So, like I said, it's it's another area of business to pursue. And look, there's plenty of women cigar smokers and I have plenty of retail accounts that are owned by women. So that, it's a
question. Do you see any, from a trend standpoint, do you see when you're looking national sales, do you see certain lighters selling better in certain areas of the country than others, or different accessories that sell better in certain parts of the country than others? And what would that be attributed to?
Well, no, that's a good question. Again, now, for instance, like out west, like if we have certain lighters work better at different altitudes. And so if you're out in Denver, Colorado, a lighter that works well here in Chicago, that same lighter might not work as well because at the higher altitude, there's not as much oxygen. It's just like if you jog out in Denver and you're used to jogging, if you go out to Denver, you might not feel so good when you're done jogging. So certain lighters do work better at certain elevations. The one thing I do think that's changed in the cigar industry over from the 90s till today In the 90s, whenever we came out with a $100 lighter, they just sold very easily. It was like a real sweet spot. Now, there are some companies, including us, that do sell some $100 lighters, but I think right now the sweet spot is more in that $50, $60 retail range.
Yeah.
We noticed that that's been a big area for our sales. That in the Vertigo line, it's in that $20 to $30 range, and the Lotus range, that $50 to $60, is probably selling a little bit better now than the $100 lighters. We still have some $100 lighters. We have a couple pieces that are very, very pretty. And but like I said, again, everyone has different price points that they want to explore, whether it be on an accessory or a cigar. Like I said, you can go buy. I gave the example of buying a Padron cigar for $30. You can go into some cigar stores and probably buy a bundle of cigars for $30.
Yeah,
might not be as good as that Padron cigar, but again, it's certainly less expensive.
Yeah, I think that hits so well is just because, like, when you're looking at it, you look at the lighter and be like, oh, it's. I mean, if you extrapolate the cost, it's not that much over the life that you're going to use that that lighter. At $50, I mean, I'll go in there if I need a new lighter. I look at it like $50. All right, I'll get 5 to 6 years out of this lighter, and if it runs out, I mean, I'm basically $10 a year. It's an easier price point to go for. So that's where I think.
Don't forget, you can't smoke a cigar till you cut it and light it.
Yeah, you're right.
Correct.
And also, I wanted to throw one other thing I forgot to mention. You were talking about like publicity in cigars, something that just recently helped tremendously get exposure to cigars. If you were watching the NFL playoffs, now the Bengals have been eliminated, unfortunately, but Joe Burrow, I mean, after the game one night, they showed a fan in the stands smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
And then one night they showed a football with cigars around it. So stuff like that. And I have 2 big accounts in Cincinnati. There's a store down there called Party Source. It's actually in Bellevue, Kentucky. And there's another store that they have 2 locations called Jungle Gyms, both fantastic operations down there. Their business definitely was helped because you had the Bengals, people like to smoke, and they were having watch parties, and the Bengals actually buy their cigars from those 2 accounts down there.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of fun when you get publicity. I was actually rooting. I'm happy the Chiefs, they're a good football team too, but I was kind of rooting for the Bengals because I'm telling you, if they had gotten to the Super Bowl and then they won the Super Bowl, you'd have the entire Bengal team smoking cigars, and that's good publicity for the industry.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
And I'll give everyone a free tip on your lighters too. When you buy these new lighters, and especially if you're in a cold weather state like the winter months here, don't leave that lighter in your vehicle because that lighter gets frozen. It's 10 knots to work. So you got to warm up the lighter. Once it gets warm, then it'll start working.
Is that where Bic comes in?
Well, we don't talk about that.
That's a good point. In the winter, again, when you fill a lighter, the butane is very cold, so you're supposed to wait about a minute or 2 before you use it or try to warm it up with your hand. Yeah. But if you leave your lighter in your car overnight here in Chicago, it's not going to break the lighter, but the next morning it won't work. And by the way, conversely,
neither will the car.
In the heat of the summer, you really shouldn't leave a lighter like on your dashboard or on your seat. And don't forget, a car gets very hot. You can get up to 120. Now, I've never had a lighter explode on me, but sometimes if it's some of the lighters are plastic as opposed to metal. If it gets really heated up, sometimes the plastic can crack, and that might cause a leak in the case, and the butane will leak out. It's not going to cause a fire, but you shouldn't leave your lighter in the car when the weather's extreme, whether it be extreme cold or extreme heat.
That makes sense. That makes sense. A lot of sense.
Frank, you have any new items, more stuff to show to talk about?
We ran through all of the items that Alan had for us.
I can show you one more new item. I didn't send you a picture of it, but again, I don't know if you can see it. It's a lighter that has an unusual feature. Most of the lighters have what they call a torch flame.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but this lighter has what they call a flat flame. It's kind of hard to see. It is working, but it's
there it is.
Yeah.
Yes. And people say, look, don't forget, I always tell people, when you light your cigar, you want to light your cigar. You don't want to burn your cigar.
Burn the cigar.
So when you're lighting your cigar, don't sit there and, shove the flame right up there. Some people like to toast their cigar. I'm not lighting it, honey. Don't get mad at me. But you want to toast the cigar a little bit, and then you light it. But try to keep the flame away from the cigar and draw the flame up to the cigar, because if you burn the cigar, it can leave a charcoal residue and it can affect the taste of the cigar.
Alan, that light, I'm sorry guys, would that be a good one for a pipe, to light a pipe? It looks like a soft flame.
It would be. That's a very good question on your part. Usually pipe smokers like a soft flame because a torch flame tends to burn the bowl of the pipe. So again, the torch flame, this I don't think would be like the Cyclone.
No.
Just the triple flame.
No.
The flat flame might be a little bit better, but I still think if you go to your stores that specialize in pipes, they're going to tell you for the most part to use a soft flame. Some people call it a candle flame, soft flame. I think that's a little bit better, so it doesn't burn the bowl of the pipe.
Do you have any for specific?
Yeah, we sell. That's a good. We sell 3 or 4 models. We have a piece called the Condor and the Lotus line that retails for $39.95. I don't have a sample here, but that does have a soft flame. And then we have 3 lighters in the Vertigo line: the Puffer, the Crosby, and the Governor, which all feature soft flames. And the Puffer actually features some pipe tools that are affixed to the lighter. That way you can tamp the pipe, pick at the pipe or mix the tobacco if you need to.
Oh, nice.
Now that green light, the flat flame that you have there, it's an interesting shape because, especially with the green it's like almost like army green. It kind of reminds me of the old army gas cans, the metal.
No, actually, that's cans. Not. Actually, boy, you are observant. Kyle, you're on a roll tonight.
It's the first time ever.
Hey, I'm getting it all done, and then I'm done for the year.
We're looking for a new co-host, folks.
Just for your audience, just so you know, I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow or Thursday. I'll send you 3. I'll send Ronnie. I'll send you 3 or 4 of this lighter. Again, it's called the Page. We'll send you 3 or 4 of these, and on your future shows, you can use those as some giveaways.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nice.
That would be awesome.
Nice.
And this is an inexpensive. This is under $20 retail. And actually, it's funny. This lighter comes in 3 variations. It comes in the flat flame, a torch flame, and it does come in a soft flame. So this lighter would be available for a pipe because, again, it has that soft flame as opposed to the torch or the flat flame. We'll send those out. If you don't get them, Ronnie, remind me. I didn't.
I just got nudged. 5. Hold on. Someone said 5. There's 4 of us and 1 for a giveaway. Just saying.
Very subtle. Very subtle.
It was this person on this side that kind of nudged me. I'm like, okay, don't worry.
No. I'll send you 6. I'll send you 6 pieces. I'll send
5
you 6
is good.
pieces.
All right, 2 giveaway, folks. Sorry, we're gonna be a hoarder on this one. But by the way, I do like the other one.
The saber.
The saber. Yes.
Yeah. I definitely
I'm not going to any extra sabers, but if I don't, I'll try to get you one of those too. So,
Alan, need my address? Yes, Orlando Perez. We'll have 2 of those for a winning object for you.
Yes,
so make
Orlando,
sure you tune in every week.
If you win tonight, we will need your address. If you win tonight.
Oh, so Ronnie, if you want to give away a couple of the Page lighters tonight. Again, I'll get that package mailed to you tomorrow. I mean, you're not going to get it for a couple of days, but I'll mail you 3 or 4 of the.
They're not going to get it for a month the way I go to the post office anyway. They just have to sit and wait and keep watching the next show.
That's
Sometimes these guys win every week or every other week, so I can make 1 package. Yeah, because I'm cheap. So this way the bill doesn't add up so much on postage. But yeah, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much on that.
And one other note, again, I was just going to throw it again. People will sometimes like, what are the most common questions I get regarding lighters? And I've been doing this a long time. I mean, the first question is always, how much is it? And then, but then the second question, it's always kind of funny. They'll ask me, how often do they have to fill the lighter? But and again, what they're really, obviously it depends on how much you smoke.
Exactly.
I drive a Tahoe. I mean, I drive across the street. I got to fill the car up. But
it's like asking you, how often do you have to buy milk? Well, when I drink it.
They just don't want to buy a lighter. They're going to have to fill every day. Now, don't forget, if you're smoking a cigarette or a joint or whatever, you light it.
Bob.
That's for Bob. A joint a day will keep the doctor away.
A cigar takes longer. So most cigar lighters do usually have a little bit larger tank. Yeah. But again, they're just asking. They don't want to buy a lighter. They're going to have to fill every day. Unless you're smoking 10 cigars a day, you're not going to have to fill it every day.
Well, that's Teresa, so that's okay.
Yeah.
My wife does that. Yes, she does.
And then also, you do want to make sure you use a clean butane. There are some butanes on the market that are not as clean. You want to be sure you use a good quality butane that doesn't have the impurities. It's not going to break the lighter overnight, but it can build up there's little tiny tubes that lead the butane from the tank up to the ignition. If they get clogged up, the lighter won't work. So you really do want to use a good quality butane. By the way, all the Lotus Vertigo, we ship all our lighters filled with butane. So that makes it a little bit easier for the store owner. So they all come filled in. And then another question people ask, you read the directions. It says when you fill a lighter, be sure to bleed it out, turn the knob down, the adjuster down to minus. It tells you 10 things to do. Most people don't do any of them.
Yeah.
I don't bleed my lighter every time I fill it up, but if my flame starts to weaken or flutters a little bit, I will take a little tool and bleed out the gas, empty the gas. That's what bleeding means. And then fill it back up. And people will sometimes worry, you cannot overfill a lighter. When the lighter's filled, it'll either stop filling or it'll spit back at you. So it's impossible to overfill a butane lighter. And if it is a see-through tank, there always is going to be a little air pocket in there. There's always going to be some space. So don't be alarmed if you see that.
Now, does Lotus or Vertigo sell a bleeder tool or no?
We are working on one. I don't know if we're going to come. We don't currently use one. Some people will sometimes I'll see people using the point of a pen. Not a good idea.
No.
Because what happens when the butane comes out, it's very cold and it can sometimes pop the pen. You're going to get ink all over. I tell people use one of those little screwdrivers you have for your eyeglasses, or just like a paper clip.
Or better yet,
we have one from Cigar Medics.
Yeah, so do you
one
have
of our
one
sponsors.
Here? Do you have one here?
Yeah, if you look in there,
now you're making me work.
The old tool, like Alan was saying, will go and the old miniature screwdriver trick. Now, Alan, the best way to do this, should I have it down, up? How's the best way to bleed this?
Actually, that's a good question. People will tell me do it both ways. Do it one way, like upside down, then the other side, right side up. Usually when I do it, I hold it upright so the gas is towards the bottom. But then when I'm done, now don't forget, when you're bleeding a lighter, you want to make sure you get all the gas out. But just as important, you want to make sure you get all the air out.
Gotcha.
And actually, the biggest problem is when people on the lighters, when you first get a new lighter, that's when people seem to have the most problem. In fact, the biggest problem with lighters is fill-related issues. Like you fill it and there's too much air in there. Because if you get a new lighter and let's say you try to fill it and the tank doesn't fill up all the way, then you definitely want to bleed it out and refill it. And by getting all the air out, you'll leave more space for the gas. And there's the little tool that he's holding up from one of your sponsors again.
Yeah, Cigar Medics, folks.
Cigar Medic. And that'll help you bleed the lighter. So that's a nice little tool to have.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right. And you can also use the cigar poker when the cigar goes to the nub. Well, that's true, Orlando. We can do that. Good.
And then don't forget too, everyone laughs at this. If you have a lighter that's malfunctioning, don't forget, folks, it's a flammable. Don't sit there, and right in your face and try to light it. Because if there's an air pocket, the lighter it could flame up. And you'll end up with my hairline or Ronnie's hairline there.
Well, at least my mustache, that's for sure.
Well, interesting story. I was out. I forget where I was at the time. I was out with friends, and I know, shocking. But I was out smoking my cigar, and then this girl comes up and she's like, "Hey, do you have a light?" And she had a cigarette in her mouth, and I go, "I do, but." You need to hold your cigarette away from your face. And she's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "When I pulled out my torch and it shoots a flame pretty far, and a butane torch it's hot." So like she was like in awe that how hot that thing was, and I was like, "Yeah, you're gonna lose eyebrows if you try to light your cigarette
so
the wrong way."
Life, I see.
Yeah.
What a guy! You're amazing me tonight. That's
I'm always amazed when you see the guys. I don't smoke the cigar down to the very nub, but there are guys that smoke it down to that bitty nub. I don't know how they relight it. They could burn their fingers, and then one other thing too, when it comes to lighters, if you fill a lighter, sometimes you'll see people put it up to their ear to listen, because if there's a leak in the tank, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
But the most important, and this is about I'm getting to be an old fart. 25 years ago, I called on an account in Chicago. I forget the store's name. The gentleman, unfortunately, passed away several years ago. But we were writing up an order. And I go, "What the hell do you do to your ear?" He had a giant scab on his ear. And he said, "Well, he'll tell me, but he doesn't want me to repeat it to anybody." And I said, "No, I know what you did." And he said, "What? Now, if you burn your lips, your fingers, or your nose, you can at least understand it. But how do you explain to a layperson that you burned your ear?" And what he was doing, he was trying to fix a lighter. He was click, 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 and nothing happening. So he put it by his ear, and don't forget, he was clicking. It wasn't working. He put it by his ear, and he clicked it, and lo and behold, it lit. Now, aside from the fact it hurts like hell, it's a torch, and it is. Kyle, you said this flame is hot.
Yeah,
you feel like an idiot that like I said, you light your nose or you burn your mustache or beard. People can at least understand it, but the lay person, you say, "Yeah, I burned my ear with my lighter." They're going to look at you like you're nuts.
Yeah, people be walking away quickly on that one and move all the way over to the side of the pew, and it's definitely not.
It's kind of like you last night, moved away from the pew.
I did.
question for you. Does Lotus have a website that people can go on to and actually kind of see all the different lighters so that they can kind of get a sense as to what offerings you do have?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. You just go to our website, www.lotuslighters.com, right there. And our catalog is right on there, and you can take a look through there. And then if you see a lighter you like, again, like I said, we don't sell direct on our website. So just again, if you see a lighter you like, go to your local retailer. And if they don't have it, they can special order from us.
Perfect.
Beautiful. And with that, Frank, let's go to our sponsors and get everybody ready for the next segment called Smoke the Chew.
Most fun part of the show, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. All right.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda two-way humidification.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, The Art of Magic.
Over the Rhine Premium Cigars is located in the heart of Cincinnati, 50 yards south of historic Findlay Market. We offer both known brands and the finest boutique cigars available. Feel free to bring your favorite beverage and relax in Dude Daycare, where dudes of all genders are welcome. We look forward to serving you at Over the Rhine Premium Cigars. And we are a proud member of the Boutique Cigar Association.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we're back. All right, everybody. Please hit the share button. We got some amazing gifts going out tonight, prizes. So get your Alexa and Google and everything else to cheat.
Easy. Yes. You know how we have to start the segment, right, Bob?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have to start the segment with our mascot because it wouldn't be Smoke the Chooch if we didn't have this to set it off.
You know, Joey just gets better looking all the time.
There he is, Joey, all the way from Honduras.
For anyone watching who's not Italian, chooch is also slang for donkey. So I like to make everybody look like donkeys or asses, as they're better known as. And tonight we have some very interesting. Let's find out exactly what we're giving away, because I don't know if I want to ask too many questions to the dais, because I'd rather get into giving away some things.
Okay.
Right?
That's good.
So
grab the roadies.
Let's see what we're going to give
grab
away.
a roadie. Grab the roadie.
Hold on. Yeah.
Grab a roadie.
No, grab not this one. Grab the roadie. Come on.
See how they're arguing, Alan? This is what I like about this. We're always the roadie. Let's take a look at that. Bring that up close. Oh, look at that.
That's the ashtray I showed before that fits in your car or in your cup holder in the golf cart and all.
That's right. That's right.
Perfect. Really wonderful
item. That is a beautiful.
And you know what? We're even going to throw in the cigar holder for wherever you want to go.
That'll be our second prize. So we'll have a couple of giveaways.
Second prize.
All right.
Couple of giveaways.
We'll get a couple of giveaways. You know what? We'll throw in.
We got a lighter too.
A lighter, brand new. Look at that. It's still in the plastic. You want me to remove it? Yes, I will remove it, Ronnie. And there we go. And this was called, do you remember?
The Cyclone.
The Cyclone.
Yes. He asked me because he didn't remember.
There you go. And it's working.
Because he didn't remember. Yeah. We have three giveaways.
Three giveaways.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
3 giveaways.
We like that. 3 giveaways.
Yes.
So we're going to do 3 questions?
We're going to do 3 questions.
3 questions.
Wow. All right.
3 questions.
I got to get my pad.
I'm going to first start with just one question for everyone here. That's not for the audience. It's just for you guys. Just one question. Okay.
This is the warm-up question.
This is the warm-up, just to warm everybody up.
You know, everybody's going to practice their finger texting.
Their Alexa
Alexa, so they get used to the. Hopefully, they win tonight.
Yeah, of course.
You know, somebody. I think Orlando and Bruce and who's that? Josh. The rest of the guys.
Chad, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So now for
question,
I am waiting.
I'm going to throw the question out. Okay. The Homo erectus.
Easy now.
Hey, it's a family show. Be careful.
Listen, discovered fire. This was a groundbreaking moment that contributed in big ways to the survival of our ways of living. Otherwise, our species would have been dead if we didn't discover fire.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is we got Eve hot.
Somebody got Eve hot, I guess.
Wow.
What was the era called? What was the era?
Wasn't that in 2001?
That was called the caveman.
The Adam and Eve era.
That was the caveman era.
I knew I'd ask these chooches that they would not get this, Alec. I knew that's why I left it.
Era?
In what era was fire discovered?
In BC. Let's see.
The Jurassic era. That's when Bob roamed the earth.
I don't know, man.
I would say prehistoric, but it's not prehistoric.
Paleolithic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Paleolithic area.
Yeah.
Bruce said COVID-19. Bruce, I like that.
All right. For the first giveaway, which one will be the first one? Let's go with the. You want to go that one?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
All right. The first. Now, everybody listen carefully. Because you're going to have to get ready, Kyle.
Yeah.
The first match was created in 1805 by this French chemist. Name him.
Ooh. The first match made by this French chemist.
Actually, when I heard the word matches, it kills me. We don't believe in that. Lighters.
Flambeau.
Matches? We don't need no stinking matches.
Oh, Chet King is jumping on for a win. Look at him right away.
That be the one. Jean. I mean, it sounds like it. Jean Chancel, and he is absolutely correct. It was Jean Louis who used his middle name.
You know, I like that Chet doesn't say a word for the first hour and a half. You know, we don't even know that he exists. But as soon as the chooch shows up, bingo, he comes alive.
That just goes to show you, anyone can win.
If Chet can win, anyone can win.
Anyone can win.
All right, Chet, congratulations. I have your name down, and I already have your address because you've won so many times.
And this will get to you in circa 2024.
No, I'll make it in 23 at some time. I might even personally bring it down to you and me, but that's okay.
Well, without the match, we would never get to the lighter.
Yeah.
Oh, you want? Oh, I was wondering if you want to do the ashtray first.
We could go ashtray.
Let's go the other ashtray, folks.
We could go to ashtray. We could go to ashtray. All right. Get ready, folks.
Oh, Bruce said he was on the wrong feed.
Too bad, Bruce. Too bad. Excuses.
Oh, no, we don't believe you, buddy. I'm sorry, you're a liar. I'm going to say it on the air. All right, glass ashtray.
There we go. Okay. Ready?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
whoa. Can Chet win again? Because he's listening.
He's ready. Hey,
anybody can win.
Anyone can win.
Anybody.
Anyone can win.
Teresa, you can't answer because they're not going to give it to you.
No.
All right.
That's the friends and family thing. Yeah.
All right. The glass ashtray. Are we ready?
Yes. Okay, here we go. In World War I, soldiers improvised and made lighters out of what?
Ooh, interesting.
Lighters made out of what in World War I?
Bruce Starks, you know this one. He was there.
No, so was Bob.
Yeah. I think we used sardine cans and kerosene.
Orlando says cool material. Could that be it? No. That's a chooch answer.
Chooch answer for sure.
Yeah. Orlando's another chooch tonight. Congratulations.
He's filling in for Joey.
And there was a reason for making it out of this material. So think about this, guys. I mean, come on. I have faith in you.
Orlando says trench lighter. But what was it made of?
What did they make it out of?
Yeah.
Matches.
Let's see.
Wait a minute. Christopher. Who's this? Christopher Yowell says empty bullet cartridges. That is absolutely correct.
All right, Chris.
Empty bullet cartridges.
Yes.
Actually, pretty ingenious considering, they're on the front lines and they had to smoke. And back then they're smoking whatever they could. I'm sure, whatever they found, cigarettes, if they had
sticks, weeds,
whatever they smoked. Hey, if you're in a trench, World War I, and somebody's coming after you with
smoke your uniform.
Smoke them if you got them.
That's right. Absolutely.
Orlando's upset. Did you see his answer, folks? Made out of blank.
Made out of shit, he said.
Oh, I was trying to keep it a family show. Look at that.
Josh was close. The ammo shell. That's right. It was actually the 303 cartridge, to be more precise. But the cartridge is correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So going from the bullet casing to what we have now in the Cyclone, this is the next prize.
Ooh, I like that.
Cyclone.
I like that.
Cyclone lighter. And it'll come to you empty, care of Ronnie. So he'll make sure he uses it all before he sends it.
I'll try it for the winner first. Make sure it works.
It's called slightly used lighter.
All right. I'll keep my wife's hands off of it for you. Don't worry about it.
All right.
All right.
So let's see. Let me go to my and I know Alan's going to get upset with this question, but that's okay.
Oh no. Oh no. we just lost our sponsorship.
Hey, Carol.
I don't think the check cleared yet, so you know what the heck.
Shit, I just put it in the bank today. Come on, give me a break. I got 3 days.
Okay, here it comes because, again, predecessor. So here we go. In 1826, he created a match that worked via friction. He never received a patent for this invention, and it was later stolen by another matchmaker and marketed under the name Lucifer. In the end, truly got burned. He truly got burned.
Wow.
Nice.
What a bum.
Nice. So what happens when you sleep on it and you get burnt?
There you go.
But this is a word to wise. When you come up with an idea, hit the patent office right away.
Right
away. All right, let's read the answers, Kyle. You can see.
Oscar Rodriguez. Let me see.
Oh, the surgeon might know.
Surgeon. He says Walker. I'm feeling very nice today.
Oh.
Only because it's Oscar, and I like,
Come on, he's doing a surgery right now, so give him a chance. His hands
he's doing Walker, then John. And Bruce says John Walker. It's funny. I love this. Bruce jumped right in after Walker. But let's see what the real answer is. It is John Walker. John Walker.
He did get, but you got to give it to the surgeon. His hands are full of blood. He couldn't write in John.
I mean, for a man that's doing surgery and answering questions during a trivia show,
how would you like to be that patient?
He's like, hold on a second, I got to answer this.
All right, you know what? Because we are such nice guys, we you know what? I'm going to give it to Doc, but you know what? Because of the Earthling is such a incredible listener and viewer and pumps us up all the time. I have a second one by me. You know what? I'm going to be nice enough. You got it there, Bruce. You're going to get one too.
That's the use the big lighter, right?
Yeah, I'm going to use it first. Then I'll send it to Bruce because he's the Earthling.
And I would have asked the question that says that the first known lighter, but I couldn't pronounce the person's name, so I didn't want to destroy this person's name.
You should have just given it to Ronnie to say that.
Yeah, I would have given it to Ronnie.
There you go. All I know is that, hey, listen, have this vision, all right? Dr. Oscar is operating on an individual.
Yes.
He's distorting the brain. So he has his assistant type in the word. So Oscar's working on the patient named John.
And he's yelling out answers. And the assistants typing as fast as they can. That's awesome. I love that. That is awesome.
So we got a double winner on the lighters, of course. So congratulations to all our winners tonight. We will have more gifts to be giving away.
This was like a mini Christmas show.
We gave away a lot. It's not bad. First known lighter in 1923, Jonathan Wolfgang. Forget about it. The Jonathan Wolfgang Gobernier.
1823, not 1923.
1823.
Johann Wolfgang.
He needs to get his eyes checked again.
Doberreiner, right?
Yeah.
Doberreiner?
Oh,
And it was
sure. And Dr. Oscar's surgeon says he wants the lighter. You tell Dr. Oscar that we are going to send it to the hospital directly. So this way he can have a lighter while he looks inside someone's brain.
Well, send him an ashtray so the ashes don't get in there. You know.
Make sure you don't. You know how surgeons have to they have to document everything and itemize everything.
Yes.
So the lighter will be on the side. It'll be lost in somebody's interior. Alan, you'll be responsible for that now.
And if you're a Seinfeld fan, I hope the surgeon's not smoking and eating Junior Mints. Then you really
the Junior Mints.
What a great episode that was. Good old Cosmo comes through. Oh,
it's so refreshing.
Love it.
Alan, we can't thank you enough for the incredible gifts for our audience and all those that you keep sending us. It's been a spectacular show.
Right.
Again, you didn't think you can talk much, but we are at the 1 hour and 28 minutes and 52 second mark. So Garo's probably saying, "Get the hell to bed, will you?"
Beat the hell out of watching Joe Biden speak tonight. How's that?
Well, listen, that was a show about nothing, but we have a show about nothing too. But people are tuned in. Obviously, we're more interesting than our so-called leader. So,
speaking of the show about nothing, have you seen this AI generated Seinfeld show that's been on the internet now?
No.
They're letting the computer do its own Seinfeld skits. It's coming up with its own.
About it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's a show about nothing, and it's all AI doing all the skits. And then here's how far it went. The show came up with homophobia on its own. The AI came up with that on its own, and then they got taken down off of Twitch because it started talking about homophobia.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
I was just in shock that a computer the AI system is like thinking.
Wow.
Computers these days are
unbelievable.
crazy. This is how Terminator started. Just so you know.
Did you see his newest stand-up routine that he did?
No.
It's called 23 hours, I think, of something, of nothing. He actually jumps out of a helicopter into the East River.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
And
Did he really?
It's actually Jerry doing it.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So we have Dr. Oscar asking a serious question. Who is Kent Distal? Does anyone know Kent Distal?
He's our sales rep in the Southeast. He's a great.
Oh,
okay. So Dr. Oscar trying to pull a chooch question on
there
us.
he is.
Sorry, Oscar. Definitely Alan Gold blew you away on that one.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Anyway, Alan, again, thank you. Thank you for your
Alan.
time.
My
for
pleasure.
coming
Always
on.
fun listening to you guys. And again, I'll be tuning in next week to listen to you next week too.
Awesome, man.
Next
Sounds
week,
good.
folks, we're
Thank
going to
you.
have the wonderful, the one and only Glenn Case of Kristoff Cigars, and our co-host Joey G.
our
We'll be
whiskey
doing
pairing.
a whiskey pairing.
Yeah.
So tune in next week, folks. That should be quite interesting.
Yeah.
And we have to ask Joey not to drink before the show, or he gets cut off at the last 20
That's asking
minutes.
a lot.
Yeah.
All right, to all the
Glenn's
winners.
a great guy, and he lives here in the Chicago area like I do. He's a great guy, and Kristoff Cigars is a wonderful cigar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, and the pairing is actually with 28th Distillery in
Illinois.
It's in Illinois
It's
as
in
well, and
Illinois,
it's
yeah.
Debonair Bourbon is what we're pairing with the Guardrail cigar by Kristoff. So
Yeah,
it should
his
be a
brand
very
new stick.
The
His brand new
guardrail
stick, yeah.
is going to be
Guardrail,
a
yep.
fascinating smoke.
Smoked it. Fantastic stick.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
We're looking forward to
Yes.
pairing it. So congrats to the winners, Chet King, Chris Yowell. We have Dr. Oscar Rodriguez and the Erkling himself, Bruce Stark. Orlando, you did not win, so come back next week.
Come back 1 year.
Come back 1 year.
No lighter for you.
He actually did say another great show. I love it, and you'll have me for more often.
Awesome.
There we go.
I don't know if
Hey.
that's a good idea. I would, block off that Tuesday and say, I don't know if I should go on and watch these fools.
No,
Because
don't listen to Frank. We need more groupies. Come on.
All
Keep
groupies.
coming.
All right. From everybody, thank you
Al.
again.
Good night.
From all of us to all of you, have a fantastic week. We'll see you next Tuesday night here at the Great Cigar and Pipe Show.
Light them
Alan,
up.
Thank you.
Keep it smoky.
Good night,
Thank you,
everybody.
Alan.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Alan, if you want to stay for the
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful.